Yeah, haven't you guys? Aren't you guys like old
Did you
friends?
meet me beforehand?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, I didn't know that. You always knew him. Actually, you didn't come into the forum.
You thought we always knew each other. That would make us like twins. We'd have to be twins in order for that.
Well, you guys both like guns.
Well,
Probably cocks.
You know, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of cocks. Tons of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll just leave it at that. We both like cocks. That's cool.
Great.
It's not recording right now, is it? I hope not.
Yep, it definitely is.
Anyway,
Thanks for that.
now that I can edit, I'm not editing that out, by the way. I think that's a good addition.
Oh, that's a great start.
Yep.
That is a great start. You have to edit it out.
So, alright, just really quick, I guess, do the introduction. I'm Helter Skelter. I'm here with
Cobra.
and
Snowplow.
we're just chilling here in Snowplow's sweet pad.
He doesn't have IKEA furniture like Helter Skelter does.
Yeah, you remember that rant I had?
Yeah, no, I have not.
Yeah, you had the Spider-Man meme where he kicked over all the IKEA furniture,
Yeah,
right?
fuck all this IKEA shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope,
Pretty fun.
can't do IKEA.
Is that a fish that you caught?
No, actually.
So you actually went now, said, oh, I want people to think that I fish, and
No, actually, my family had a summer home,
okay.
and that was one that my dad had caught, and they were just going to throw it out. And if you can't tell, I mean, my apartment kind of looks a little lodge-y,
Uh-huh.
outdoors.
Yeah, you got the lodge vibe going.
Right, so I figured why not adorn a stuffed fish to the wall.
But it's actually been caught by somebody that you know, and then
Yeah, my dad.
stuff. So that's pretty cool.
That's a crappie.
Crappie, yeah. Crappie? Is it crappie?
Crappie.
Is that what you say in Chicago? Because
You guys say crappie?
I've always said crappie.
Oh, crappie is
okay.
like...
Crappie's very different.
Isn't crappie an adjective?
Yeah, but I mean that's just how I always heard. I just didn't remember. We're on the lake, man, and I hear this one fisherman saying, "Dude, I caught a crappie, and the muskie's eating the crappie while the crappie's eating a sunfish or some shit like that."
Can you say that with a southern accent?
It would probably sound better with that.
Hey man, you're a crappie, it's eating a sunfish, man. Muskie came up
Crappie?
and fucking bit him on his ass. Yeah,
All right, you know what?
Shit.
You should change your
my handle,
your handle from Helter Skelter to Boomhauer.
Boomer.
You ever see King of the Hill?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up
Oh, King of the Hill. Yeah, King of the Hill.
Racetrack driver,
Listen to your
man.
mother.
Vroom, vroom, man.
That's good shit.
But no, speaking about fishing, though,
Uh,
I mean, I know we were talking about this last weekend
Yeah.
when we all met up, but when we were talking about game,
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that topic.
oh, I know.
Well, do we talk?
Kindergarten.
It's gonna go quiet for the rest of the.
Yeah,
Podcast
Cobra's
here.
in the kindergarten Hall of Fame.
Yeah, these
game.
guys just so the forum membership knows.
We like to rag on
They
it because it's got the most
reminded
red
me
points.
that I'm a beginner, so
You know what?
it's all
though?
good.
You're doing pretty well for yourself.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You're making stride.
We just like to rag on him because he's got the most red points.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this group, I'm the lowest of the low.
That's right. You are the.
Yeah, it looks like.
I'm the bottom. I'm the crappy.
Yeah, it looks like.
You are the.
Yeah, so it looks like Helter Skelter. You surpassed Snowplow in rep points. What the fuck was that about?
Well,
Must have been the podcast.
It was the damn podcast.
just my sexual energy.
Yeah, to the rest of
On
the men.
an all guys forum.
Yeah.
That's what I said to the
Yeah, I
rest
might
of the men on
want
the
to
forum.
rethink that whole. Yeah.
Well, it goes back with our intro to this podcast. All the cocks. We like all the cocks.
Yeah, that was.
Gayest podcast yet.
Oh,
I'm gonna put this up.
super gay.
I'm gonna put this up as gayest podcast.
This is fucking flaming.
So, but fishing, I think it's the best analogy. But go ahead with what you're saying.
So last weekend when we were talking about it, you know, I know how a lot of you guys all talk about, you know, going out, gaming, you know,
Right.
approach.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, the analogy that I had, you know, when I was doing all that, you know, I wasn't doing approaches.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of sat at the bar and just let me be me, you know, sit there, you know, throw my line out there and just kind of wait and hope for the best.
It was all you.
It was me, you know,
Yeah.
it's, you know, some guys like to play, you know, strong silent type,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can do that, you know, sometimes I want to be, you know, center of attention,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sometimes, you know, that's how, you know, you get certain girls to pay attention to you. Sometimes those girls, you know, they just, you know, want that guy that's just going to sit there and not blow smoke up their ass. You know, when I was single, that's what I did. I sat at the bar. I had fun, you know, with the people I was with. I sat there. I observed, you know. I paid attention to what was going on around me, you know.
Yeah.
Situational awareness, I mean, even in a bar. You know, keep an eye out for everything. Watch people's, you know, body language, see who's with who.
Yeah.
You know, what guy, you know, a game that I love doing, you know, is picking out, okay, who's the chump? You know, who's, you know, the beta? You know, who's gonna,
Yeah.
who's buying the girl drinks? What girl is asking for drinks to be bought?
Now let me ask you this: Do a lot of guys actually buy girls drinks?
Oh, bro.
Yes.
I mean, is that like a
Oh, dude, and even
overwhelming thing, or what? Is
You know,
it?
sometimes.
Let me buy my way into your panties is like a universal kind of bro code, like bro game type of thing, I think.
I wonder if I'm just asking because has the trend changed, or has it always been like that?
It's always been like. I mean, hell, look at any old '80s movie
Yeah.
or '70s movie. You got guys approaching girls at the bar. Hey, can I buy you a drink?
So
Just to talk to them.
go ahead.
But the thing was, and this is one of the things that I started to notice, and hell, it even happened to me when I was, you know, 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
I'd go up, I'd talk to a girl, she pretends to be interested, I buy her a drink, she says thanks and walks away.
Yeah.
She doesn't even want my conversation, so it's like, oh, I just got taken.
Right.
You know, so I kind of learned from that experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so actually, like, one of, you know, the first, you know, lines that I learned, you know, when a girl was like, you know, if she say, hey, you want to buy me a drink? I say, all right, you buy the first round, I'll get the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've never had a girl say, hey, do you want to buy me a drink right off the bat? Like, I've never had her, like, sidle up to me and say, hey, buy me a drink.
Well, no, it's never happened like
Right,
that. Where,
yeah.
you know, it's like the girl comes up and she's trying to see.
She talks to you for a second,
Well,
and then she's like,
Right.
Well,
she's
that
like,
was always,
you know,
that was always like my fishing game.
yeah.
You know, I'm just sitting there, and girls seeing, okay, what can she get away with?
Yeah.
You know, so I would sit there, and it's like, girl comes up to me, and she's gonna say, okay, is he a chump?
Mm-hmm.
You know, is he gonna spit good game?
Yeah.
You know,
So I love how this is related to fishing because what you were saying, watching the chump, right? Sometimes you can see some shitty fishermen over maybe on the other side of the lake or something like that, and they're, you know, throwing beer cans into the water and they're yelling.
bait.
And,
Yep.
Yeah, they're not just sitting there chilling, having a good time fishing,
Yeah.
right? They're
not
you know,
patient.
they're out to party. They're out
Right.
to
Right.
you know, and you see that a lot in the bar. And then, you know, so the fish are going to actually kind of like run away. They're going to go over there because they see a big noise, right? So they're going to run over, realize it's crazy bullshit going on here, maybe grab a worm that fell off a hook,
Yep.
and swim back out towards where you're at. You know, so if you position yourself in the right way, you can catch the fish as they're coming away from that. That's amazing. And also, like you were saying, you know, she'll come up and see what she can do. You have that fish. That fish will come up and it'll start nibbling. You know, it'll kind of see what it can get away with, and you can't jerk too fast. I love this analogy. I think it's amazing.
And and it's not for everybody. You know, some guys
No.
that are more, you know, introverted need to be and learn how to be a little extroverted.
Maybe they need to learn fly fishing.
Possibly, yeah. You know,
A little more active.
Especially in a venue with young girls, like the place that you're talking about, that
right. So
it's
I mean,
going to require more extroversion, right?
sometimes. So for everybody else listening, I live on a college campus, and
Yeah, dude, I just walked through that college campus. And smelled
Oh my
like
god, yeah.
hot
Scenery
18-year-old
was
girls.
excellent.
Just so
yeah,
everyone knows.
You know what? I wish I could say right now that I had done like 10 approaches on my way up here, but I didn't.
Neither did I. We're both in the same
Now
club.
I feel bad.
yeah. Your red points don't mean shit now.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
fucked
them
up.
away.
I'm a game beginner, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But see, that was the thing. I mean, when I first started going to that bar, it was always dead. The bar had just opened. You know, it was just.
And how long ago was that?
About 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Almost 3 years ago. And I mean, I was going in there, and it was like a bunch of the weirdo college kids. You know, I was just kind of going in because I figured, like, oh, great, you know, I'm a single guy, I'm new to this area.
Yeah.
You know, I live on the lakefront, this is awesome, you know, and, you know, show up to this bar, and it's dead. And it was like, okay, you know, bartenders were good looking waitresses, you know, but I said to myself, I'm like, you know what, I plan on coming to this bar a lot, don't shit where I eat, you know.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because, you know, I was doing my thing, you know, everything was going pretty well, and then I actually met my girlfriend there. I mean, she was working there, and you know, she didn't seem too interested in me. She kind of knew my reputation, you know, and
Can I jump in here real quick?
Sure.
So I've been seeing a bunch of threads pop up, like with the title, like, "Oh, what's wrong with me?" There's one specifically. It seems like
there's
normal
like 5
guys.
of those threads on the forum
Yeah,
now.
A lot of those guys, except for that fucking cocksucker, man. God damn it, that dude pissed me off.
Black Eagle 6.
No, Black Eagle 6. Fuck that dude. But no, there's another one.
Too.
He hasn't been banned, so I'm not going to say
too.
his name. But you can probably easily figure out who I'm
I know
talking
who you're
about.
talking
No,
about.
I don't want to say his name, just in case he turns out not to be a troll. But the dude is a fucking troll. But so anyway, you've been seeing a lot of these guys come on to the forum.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them seem like normal guys. They're just having the same kind of beginner questions, right? But I think we're just seeing
It's
it
the
more
same
now
shit
because it's
over
winter,
again.
maybe. And but I think a lot of guys kind of experience the same thing you do. They don't know where they want to be socially. They go to this bar basically, which is kind of like their social scene or their life. Maybe sort of a metaphor there.
Yeah.
Or a simile. I can never figure out which one it is. But they go in there and it's kind of empty. They don't want to, develop this reputation as a player. You can kind of, align what you're saying, to some, sort of your progression and your development and your evolution as more of a player, I guess, or more of just a red pill kind of guy.
Yeah.
Who's going out there and becoming a better fisherman. So
Right. And there was all right, so a lot of the guys, I don't really read the game section of the forum too much. Occasionally I'll pop in there, just, stop, see what else is going on.
Well, for somebody that has so much game, you probably shouldn't be in there.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't need to show everybody up,
Right, yeah.
No, but the thing is, to me it gets a little bit, sometimes, to me it just seems repetitive.
Oh, yeah,
with some of the stuff, because
the forum's been around for how many years now? It is repetitive. It's got to be.
for a long time.
Yeah.
2008?
Yeah, there's bound to be shit that is absolutely repetitive.
2008.
that being said, I think there's like 5 people who actually still post from 2008, but
Yeah.
Roosh
Yeah,
and
right. Mac, maybe?
is it Samsung?
no, there's somebody who starts with a C, I think. I forget. Sorry, man, we forgot your name.
Sorry.
That's all right.
But, hell, Vingman's been on there since 2009.
Yeah,
He has been there for a while. Yeah.
You're right. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's the only local that's been...
Miss Braw's been on there longer than I have, I think.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. that dude is definitely set himself up for success, I think.
He's like, what, 18 years old now?
Yeah, he's younger.
I gotta meet that kid.
Yeah, you do. He's a good guy.
I spoke to him on
He texted me last night. He's like, "Hey, are you heading up the ROK meetup?" And I said, "Yeah." And then nothing. I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess that's all he needed to know."
Yeah, yeah, I'm coming to that, I think.
You better.
Oh, yeah?
Of course. I gotta bring all my weaponry,
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Come on. We got Forney stalkers
right.
coming.
Holy shit.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, all these
Haters.
these pussy ass SJWs, like they're gonna fucking do something. But I'm sorry. So what were you? Go back to what you were saying, man.
Oh, well, no. With the game thing, when I started out, I was Mr. Nice Guy. But fuck. I lost my virginity at 13.
Dude, that's really young.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You must have just reached puberty, and the next day you lost your virginity.
Something like that.
His balls dropped, and then he stuck it in.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I mean, it was
That's awesome.
One fluid motion.
It was one of those things where, like, you know how, like, sometimes, you know, a lot of people go, man, I wish I didn't do that, you know, not so soon.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of one of those things. I mean,
wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wish I didn't do that so soon.
No, the girl that I
You're
did.
not saying that now.
I've never
You
heard
said
a guy
back
say
then.
that.
No, now I'm saying that.
Okay, good. Okay.
Now I'm not then. Like, then it was, like, the coolest thing ever. I was, like, the first
I
of my
got you.
friends, you know.
So what's so bad about that? I mean,
Well, I mean, you know, you jump into it too long, you kind of get jaded.
really?
Plus, you don't have really any.
I mean, come on, think about it. Like, how many times do you hear, like, the story of the girl that's, like, the fucking horror, and you found out, you know,
So what, you feel like the girl like who's been the whore?
No, but I mean, you know how, like, you could just tell, like, those girls get jaded so young,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden, like, they're crazy by the time they're 18?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like that. I mean, but it was kind of like...
You can never tell, though.
I mean, I wasn't
a girl's
jaded-
sexual history.
no.
I mean,
Well, sometimes you can.
I
Depending on
can't. I can't. Maybe you
the-
can.
the
I
le-
can't.
The level of crazy that you notice with girls sometimes, it's like, oh, yeah, she's been getting
I think that
dick
you
for
can
a
get some
while.
crazy chicks who are fucking virgins, though.
You're talking about the 1,000-cock stare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's sometimes
We've
where
talked
you just-
about that.
Okay,
one
fair
quite a
enough.
bit.
I think he can definitely
No,
think of
I mean,
himself.
as a guy, I think that, you know, we can handle certain things pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh my God, I'm traumatized for life because I lost my virginity so young. But at the same time, it was kind of like, wow, I did that. Like, that was a first. Like, and it just kind of surprisingly just happened. It was like, okay.
Well, you've told me about your story, too. I mean, you had a lot of, like, barriers to overcome, but, you know, even
really?
that being the case.
Seemed like he kind of just was sort of a...
No, well, here's the
Pure
thing. The barriers that I had, it was like that good guy, you know, that typical, you know, blue pill.
Okay.
You know, I'm a nice guy, you know. How
So you
come-
think that was
Which
a
can be a
primary
real barrier. I mean, that can
for
be...
you?
That can be a serious barrier.
And, yeah, and that was a primary barrier for you, right?
Right.
Okay.
You know, growing
There
up.
wasn't really anything else, is what I'm trying to.
Right. It was.
He didn't. He didn't have his mom saying, "Oh, you need to get married to an Indian girl."
You need to marry an Indian girl.
Yeah.
We set it up for you.
Just come over.
Wait, what do you get out of the deal? You get like 20 cows or something.
Hey, look,
Hey,
guys.
don't turn this into a race
right,
thread.
sorry.
These guys asked me not to bring race into this, and I'm not the one that did it.
I feel like we beat race into the fucking dirt last time, man.
You know, I'm basically overtaken here by two white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just makes it sound dirty, bro.
It's all good though. No, but continue. Back to more serious topics.
This is the gay podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've never been part of a sports team, then you won't get it. But
So, no, but see, for me, it was growing up. It was always, you know, be the good guy. You know, God, what's that word?
chivalry.
Chivalry. Yeah. You know, hold the door open. You know, always pay for dinner. You know,
White knightery.
Yeah, open the door for the girl all the time. It's like I did that, and then I saw all these girls get with assholes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
how when I was in high school, you know, there was high school
And it doesn't
girls
make
getting
sense
with
at
like,
all, especially at that age when you're not even
right.
developed.
Did you overcompensate? Maybe trying to come back being more of an asshole than you maybe needed to be?
Well, now here's the thing. Now I tried writing when I first found Return of Kings. I tried writing an article about that. You know, Roosh kind of shot it down because it was like, hey, you know, we already got enough topics about this.
Sure.
But I called it, you know, climbing the mountain.
Mhm.
You know, when you're on top of the mountain, everything's great. You know, but what happens when you trip and fall? And now, like, the more you struggle, the farther you keep falling down that mountain. So, I mean, there was times where I was on top of the mountain, everything was great, you know, and then all of a sudden, like, one little thing would trip me up, and, you know, just desperately trying to struggle to stay atop the mountain made me fall even farther. It's like swimming in quicksand. You know, the more you struggle to sit, the deeper you sink. Where if you just kind of chill out, you're just going to kind of sit where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
So, this is where game and reading the forum helped me out. Now, before all that, and I know it's a big topic not big topic, but it was something that was always talked about, was Tucker Max.
yeah.
Tucker Max actually got me out of that nice guy phase.
Gotcha. Did you start off with Tucker Max?
I did.
I think Tucker Max was probably I hope they serve beer in hell was probably the first thing I ever read there was this manosphere type related kind
Yeah.
of
That's
shit.
interesting. I never knew about him until later.
Yeah,
so
he's kind of, I think,
it's
sort of
interesting
gotten
you
a
guys
bad
are-
reputation since then.
Frat tire.
Frat tire, yeah. But I had never thought that something like that would be okay to write, you know? It
Neither did I.
He was
blew
kind
my
of an early
fucking...
pioneer then of all this stuff.
So
Yeah.
and that's kind of like what has. So when I realized, oh my god, like this guy's a giant asshole,
Right.
and look at everything that he's been doing, I figured, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like I flipped a switch. I didn't copy what he did. I mean, they would, because then somebody could blatantly say like, "Oh, I read that book." You're just repeating what he said. I mean, but I kind of got the idea behind it, and I was like, okay, like I can be an asshole.
Yeah.
And there was like about a good year of my life where I was just an asshole constantly, and
Which is not necessarily a good game, right?
it was probably the best game I've ever split.
Really?
I mean, let's put it this way. I mean,
And what demographic are you looking at? Younger
Here,
girls?
let me ask you this. If you were an
girls
asshole...
around my age.
If you were an asshole for a little while, why aren't you still an asshole? Do you think that's a better mindset to have been in?
No, because you know what though? I mean, when I really looked at it, it was, this is not who I am. I'm replicating a character that I read about, and I saw something that worked for him.
Yeah.
So when I like doing something, I like jumping in whole hog. I mean, I've always loved, and like for instance, like I've been pretty guilty of it. Like when I really like something, I try to go in all the way.
Yeah.
Try to learn it, master it, and then I figure out like, oh, I'm not that good at it, and then I quit. And I'm starting to realize that, as I get older, one of these things that we get older, like for instance, I love bagpipes. I've loved the bagpipes ever since I was a little kid. And instead of, like I finally decided I'm going to try learning how to play the bagpipes. But instead of going out buying the most expensive set of bagpipes ever, no, I actually did the research. I found out, there's an instrument, that you can buy, and you start with that. And if you can't play that, they said don't spend all the money on a good set of bagpipes. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to try that. Small steps.
Was that the recorder or something?
It's called the chanter.
Okay.
It's kind of like the recorder,
Yeah.
but
Chanter, huh?
but instead of going whole hog, But when I was younger, this is what I did. So when I read that book, when I read I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, I jumped in full bore, and for that year was great. I mean, I did very well for myself. People thought I was like the funniest guy in the bar. I said the most ridiculous shit to people and made everybody laugh. And
Did you double down on the fuckery?
oh yes, you know what?
Shout out to Vinman.
Vindman, definitely. You know what? I love that fucking term now.
Yeah.
and I say that all
It's
the
a
time
pretty good
because of
one.
him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Double
the
down.
fuckery was doubled down.
Okay.
For instance, there was one. All right, so the funniest story I think about this was there was some girl at the bar, and she was crying outside. Like I'm outside to have a cigarette, and this girl's outside crying, and she's with her friend. So I'm like, why are you crying? Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, it's my birthday, and I lost my wallet. Blah blah blah. And I'm like,
The fuck?
yeah, and I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like it's your birthday. Like your friends are gonna buy you drinks. Like.
Yeah, why do you need your wallet?
Yeah, like stop being like a crying little bitch.
Yeah, stop being a bitch.
So, they're like, oh my god, you're so mean, and I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, and they go inside. Well, the birthday girl happened to be very ugly. I mean, probably one of the ugliest girls I've ever seen.
Oh, this is the girl that was crying though.
Yes.
Was she wearing like a fucking tiara and a sash?
Yes.
Some fucking bullshit
Yes.
like that? Yeah.
Dude, you know the Midwest.
Oh,
Same
dude, I
Midwest
know it, man.
Well, a tiara does not make an ugly girl look better. She actually probably looks more ugly.
It could make a pretty girl
like
look
Queen
like
of the
trash, bro.
Yeah. Queen of the ugly. That's right.
I fucking hate that shit, man. Like, I like vomit a little bit in my mouth when I see some stuff like that.
It's the ugliest girls that have these fucking birthday parties, though. I've never actually seen a hot girl in a party with her friends wearing a tiara.
I have.
Now,
I think I might have. Maybe I'm just
my
remembering
experiences
it.
are different.
Maybe I'm just remembering a hot girl and a tiara and putting them together.
But they all just have sashes. That's
Yeah.
the one thing they
Yeah.
can't
Fucking
go without.
sashes, man.
Interesting.
But,
Go ahead. Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, all right, well, I'm like, stop crying, like, get your ass inside, get a drink, And so I finish my cigarette, I go inside, my buddies are all in there, and oh, the bar that we used to go to served popcorn. They give free popcorn. I swear they laced it with crack because it was the most addictive popcorn I've ever eaten in my life.
This is the secret to his.
That's how they get
his
you
winning years, man.
Oh yeah, crack popcorn.
Yeah.
Okay,
They dusted it with a little bit of Coke.
Yeah, get into crack early, guys.
Yeah.
So I go up to the popcorn machine, and there's like these 8 guys, and 7 of the guys are just giants. I mean, some of the biggest white guys I've ever seen. I mean, they all look like lacrosse mixed with like rugby players.
Wow.
And so
Cobra is thoroughly aroused.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's pitching
And especially because you didn't say that these guys were big and none of them were black. Yeah, okay. Keep going.
Well then, now that that's out of the way. Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag. Or the Cobra's out of the bag now.
Oh, boy.
But the 8th guy is this really just unfortunate looking guy. I mean, balding, just short, not built at all. I mean, just very dopey looking.
That was one of the 7 guys?
No, one of the 8. I said there was 8 guys total.
Yeah, all right, I got you. Okay.
So this little dopey little guy he starts talking shit to me. He's like, are you talking shit to my girlfriend? I'm like, which one's your girlfriend? And he points to the fat, ugly girl whose birthday it was. And I'm like, you're dating that? I'm like, dude, man, I'm sorry for you,
Oh.
And he's like, we're going to beat your ass. And I said, all right, well, I win no matter what. And he goes, what? And all the big guys are all kind of like scratching their heads looking at me. I'm like, if it takes 8 of you to beat my ass, I win. I'm like, if I beat all 8 of your asses,
I love that attitude.
I win.
Awesome. That's really cool.
So the big guys kind of realize, okay, this guy's drunk. He's not afraid of us. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. They know, but the big guys kind of realize, you know what? We're not, fuck this. Like, this isn't worth the trouble.
Yeah.
The little guy, and a lot of the little guys got Napoleon complex.
Right. Little man syndrome.
Yeah.
And I'm wasted at this point. By the time this happens, I'm fucked up. And little dude pushes me, and he falls backwards.
Wait, hang on. He pushed you.
He pushed me, and
as a result of that push, he fell back?
He fell back into his
That's
front.
such a good feeling when that happens, I think.
Luckily, because I was winding up to punch the dude right when that happened, and one of my best friends...
You didn't have to, he fell back.
No, I know, but still, it's like you put...
I'm just imagining him like running up and go, like crashing into him. And just
30 White Knights
Yeah,
story.
right, yeah, just rolling back over,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
fucking reminds me of
Little
Dark.
I'm not Little Dark. I was just very...
Yeah,
drunk.
right,
I was
this
just-
is
I was
pretty
just
close to a Little
I was
Dark story here.
very drunk and not really thinking that well.
But you could sense the fear in them.
I could sense the fear in them.
Oh,
So, luckily, my best friend was there, and he was kind of like watching out,
Yeah.
And he, like, right when I, wound up to like lay this guy out, he kind of like grabbed my arm and took me by my hoodie, and just kind of put me in a chokehold. And he's like, "Sorry, he's really drunk," and I'm just laughing about it, because it's the funniest thing. But that's the thing. I mean, like, when I was an asshole, it was just I could do whatever I wanted. But what it was and how we got, kind of to this point was that's not who I was. I wasn't an asshole. I kind of grew up the nice guy. Like, I want to treat people like I want to be treated, but at the same time, I'm not a punk. I'm not going to be treated like a bitch.
right. And there's a middle ground to that too, right?
There is, and that's where I'm at now. Now it's, I can be very nice with people. I can be very mean, when I need to be.
But you're able to calibrate that based on reading.
So this snowplow right here. This is a years of work and plastic surgery, of course, that led to it.
And
that's really interesting.
On top of all this, guys, we do have snow outside too.
I hate when unique little snowflakes get in my way.
There we go. I wanted to hear that.
My signature.
There you go.
Did you ever click the?
I did.
Okay. I never have.
I was actually pinging you to say that, and it's actually
I'm gonna have
funny
to do
that you
that.
said it.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Snowplow.
I'm gonna have to do
It's
that.
when unique little snowflakes get this way. Yeah, make sure you click my signature.
All right, I'll have to click your
signature.
I will click your signature. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the gayest podcast.
This is the gayest. No, I was just thinking too, man.
Skelter's aroused.
Yeah, it's going on, man.
Podcast number 3.
Yeah. So number 5 actually, right?
5.
Or 4?
No,
4.
Chaotic was in the last one, right?
Yeah. So Saint Little Darkest Day.
Saint Little Darkest Day
is gonna be the fucking best podcast ever. I think we're gonna have to do something special for that.
Are we just
gonna track them down?
We're gonna have to.
You know what you should do?
We're gonna put out an APB for him.
On the forum, there's a thing send user an email.
Yeah.
But can you still do that?
I wonder if I can get Little Dark to call into me. Oh my god, dude! Do you think I can get Little Dark to call into me?
Oh, this is good shit.
I mean,
we're all fist pumping each other.
I mean, maybe
Cobra and I might be able to get Little Dark on this podcast. We'll try to do that. We can't promise anything.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be awesome.
But if somebody has some information about him,
it's like we're putting out an Amber Alert.
But here's what I propose. I mean, not just
alert.
me and Helter Skelter do this. I think as many forum members as possible should email them and.
So here's what I was thinking. I wasn't necessarily gonna. I wanted to have a sample to do this, but here's what I was thinking. You guys tell me if you think this is a cool idea. I was trying to get the guys from the Suburban Tribe to do 2 minutes of them recording.
That was
themselves.
actually a great idea.
I think it'd be an awesome idea. So before you go out, while you're doing your going out routine, or while you're walking up to a girl to do an approach. Record an approach or record your after action report immediately post approach, right? Something like that. Just 2 minutes of you talking to yourself. Maybe do it in the car or something like that. I think that'd be so cool if I could edit all that shit together. Everybody could send me that shit. If anybody hears this and is interested in doing that, just send me a PM. But I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of cool. What do you think, Snowcloud?
I mean, what's the purpose?
I don't know. There's no purpose to it, really, man.
I mean, it's just an exercise of...
It's art.
I really like the editing part of it. It's a lot of fun. And I just need more of an excuse.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, I think...
I don't know. I have fun doing this
podcast.
For stuff for me, everything needs purpose and function.
Yeah, I understand some guys are like that.
So... I mean...
The purpose of it would be to be like the voice of RVF. I mean, we've had, Chaotic, and then Vinman and Snowplow and Cobra and I kind of doing this thing, and it just seems to add sort of another dimension to the experience of kind of doing it.
Yeah, I think that the 2 minutes will allow more forum members.
Well, the 2 minutes is specifically just because of file size.
Right. I mean, but it'll allow more members to come in, and we can kind of.
So I mean, is this kind of like, hey, we can look back one day and see all the progress that we made? And
I suppose, man.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, it just has to be
you
at a
if that's something you can grab onto, then yeah. But I don't know. To me, it doesn't have to be a purpose. Cool you just have to do something and see where it goes.
I think it's very casual, and it's only 2 minutes, so you could add it together.
So I think on theme with what we're talking about, sort of. Did you guys read that article West Indian Archie put up?
Oh boy. Which one?
I thought it was good. It was about the guy in Asheville, South Carolina, or North Carolina. So this dude, right? He's like some hipster kind of guy, and he's running a coffee shop.
Oh, you know what? I caught a glimpse of that, but I couldn't read it.
And the entire fucking town found out that he was like part of the manosphere.
Oh, dude, this is old news.
This is old news?
This is really old news.
Really?
No shit.
Like, this came out quite a few months ago.
Okay,
months ago. Actually, back in 2015.
I actually just read it today, but that's because I probably didn't follow
2015
it
was
when it came out.
It was like 20 days ago.
Right, but I'm saying it happened months ago in 2015.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, this happened. I think around the same time Rush's Toronto thing was going down.
Really? That kind of makes sense.
Because that's when people were all trying to out.
But now he's like apologizing and everything,
Never
apologizing for what?
Well,
for what?
Well, right, but he obviously Archie was saying he wasn't anti-fragile, which he wasn't. But it just shocks me how a guy can go from, and maybe he inflated his numbers, but it sounded like he was banging a lot of chicks. It go from that to, I mean, they interviewed 3 or 4 girls that he had fucked.
Really?
Yeah, so going from that to actually having game and actually getting lays, to renouncing all that shit, going to fucking therapy. I mean, I guess an entire town bombarding you on fucking Facebook.
Wait,
Now. But why did guys like renounce the fucking game? Like Neil Strauss, you got Tucker Max being somewhat of a bitch, I guess. From what I hear, I don't really fucking know. What the fuck is going on here?
Dude, now here's what I don't understand. I just kind of I'm trying to think about this. So he gets banged by all these, or he gets all these bangs. He is found out. Then he actually stops.
He was a little bit of an idiot because he was posting about it.
Okay.
He was doing a podcast like us, dude.
Yeah, and like the way that he was talking about it,
Okay, so
if I had friends, man. No, I don't have friends. But if I had friends,
this is the same story where the girls want free coffee for life.
Helter Skelter, we're your friends.
Shucks, thanks, guys. Can we hug after this?
All right.
Faggot. Yeah.
This is the gayest podcast ever. Again.
No, but they were fucking podcasting about it, man, just like we're doing right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, but the thing is, I mean, there's certain levels of security you need to take, especially while doing all this stuff. But at the same time, getting really down to it, how would you handle it? Now, your business is affected, your personal life is affected.
Absolutely.
Everybody in your town knows. This is. I mean, it's
I agree with you. I really think he's in a corner, and he's trying to address it.
Right. So, how would you do? I mean, how would you deal with that? Would you do the same thing to save your business, to save your bottom line?
At the end of the day, man,
at
the end of the day, look, I mean, life is not that easy. I mean, the forum talks about theories and shit, right?
Right.
But, come on, man. The guy that he was doing all this shit, fine. That was all stupid, right? Now he got caught.
Right.
Well, what was
now
stupid?
He has to answer to the entire community. And look, he
what
doesn't
was so
dictate.
stupid about it? He was just gaming girls, and they were enjoying it.
Oh, I agree, and they enjoy it. But the thing is, the community thinks about it a different way.
Well, he obviously got caught.
Well, no, the way that he was talking about them, because he was calling them bitches and sluts. And,
We don't really do that
and the way that it's actually perceived by society, and we live in a different, certain kind of society, whether we're in this country or, I don't know, India, whatever the fuck, wherever. The society thinks about something a certain way. And if you don't conform to that, they will fucking extradite you.
Right.
And your source of income, your lifestyle, your basic source of happiness just stops. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't blame him for doing that. Because,
it's his bottom line.
It is his bottom line.
And he had started his own business, by forum standards. I mean, this guy is doing kind of well,
Right.
I mean, if he didn't apologize...
I mean, I don't know how big
the fucking some big-ass snowboarder apparently comes in and, yelled at him.
Snowboarders are big-ass
Sean King? Is it the redhead ginger?
No, it was some guy named Trey.
Oh, man. They're both small, though, aren't they?
Anyway, apparently... Well, the fucking... the chick who wrote the article was obviously impressed with this guy.
Really? Well,
but here's the thing, though. I mean, but what do you do? I mean, if
I
know what I would have said.
Well, let me real quick. I want to throw something out before you get into. But I like that line from Rudyard Kipling's. He's got that poem "If." It says, "If you can bear to see the things that you've spent your life on, broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools," or something like that. Obviously more poetically said, but
that's the Jungle Book art.
Yeah, so right, yeah, you would know who that is, yeah.
Oh yeah, I look exactly like Mowgli. What the fuck? Yeah, bring that right up.
So who's Baloo?
Baloo is more like
I want to be
Min
Shere Khan.
Hey, he said he was a bear, dude.
Or the fucking ape guy.
Edit that out.
Anyway, so talking about Disney and all sorts of gay shit tonight. But so the thing is, the idea of everything can fucking crumble down to the ground, and you just the manly thing to do is to stoop and build them up with worn out tools. You just restart.
Well, I think the first thing that we need to do.
I see what you mean.
Fight. I mean,
I'm not saying give up. By any means.
No. I mean, right. I mean, the manly thing to do after everything goes away.
Everything goes away, be willing to lose everything. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to rebuild.
Right.
Now, what I was going to say was, to handle that, I would have just doubled down on the fuckery. And I would have just said, well, I can't help it. I'm just born that way.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he going to say? I mean, that's the excuse that the other people use.
Well,
you're gay? Well,
we look at actual examples. I mean,
you're trans?
Look at Mike and look at, Mike Cernovich and look at, I just totally blanked on his name, Matt Forney.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys are exposed. They're getting threats.
Yeah.
They're getting death threats.
Names are out there. They're pretty...
They're getting fucking doxxed. They're getting swatted. They're,
Yeah, Forney wasn't swatted.
But, there's...
But Mike, I think, was.
There's one thing that stands out about this that, is kind of stark and very interesting, is that he apologized for it. And, that's an interesting point, because, should he have...
It makes him, look like he was in the wrong,
Yeah.
It does, and it also, he's maybe just trying to get his name off,
which is probably
their dossier as fast as he can. Let me just, let them have their 15 minutes of hate.
Yeah.
And,
then I'm
Snowplow, you make a really interesting point, because what you're saying is, the way the forum thinks theoretically is, as soon as he apologizes, generally you're supposed to think he's a bitch, but what you're saying is, hey, let's step back.
Yeah.
And there's maybe another reason
that
why he's doing that. Maybe
strategy or something.
He's gaming and strategizing for his next move. And that's a pretty interesting point, because
live to fight another day.
We should all think about points beyond just that.
One of my favorite things is, and I know Marines love saying it,
Helter Skelter.
Adapt, improvise, and
Prior
overcome.
Marine.
Those are words I love living by. No matter what comes my way, adapt. Improvise or overcome. That's the only way that. I hate victim mentality.
Boy.
I was picked on my whole life, or not my whole life. Grade school.
Hey guys, sorry,
school.
I just want to say this. There's a victim mentality rant that I had that got edited out of the last podcast.
I wasn't going to say anything about it.
So Snowplow is now going to have that rant, and I completely
if it's not cut, he's gonna come find me, beat the shit out of me.
Yeah. Well, no, mine's not probably that long, but it's like, all right, I was. You probably just went off and off.
I actually did, but no, I love to hear yours. So,
well, I think you used the N word like 6 times, so I cut it.
Oh,
what the fuck? Hey, that's not true. That's not true, guys.
No, but it's like, it's funny because I see all this stuff, anti-bully.
Right.
But my God, as I get older, I love that I was bullied. Sure, I hated it when I was a kid, but I go, bullying made me everything I became.
Yeah, I could relate to that quite a bit.
Now it's this victim mentality, and being anti-fragile and being, winners.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have just laid down and died?
Yeah.
When I was being made fun of constantly? Yeah, I thought about it all the time. I hated being picked on when I was younger.
Yeah.
And this guy, he said he'd never been yelled at like that before, which makes me think he hadn't had a lot of, confrontation.
Right.
Well,
now,
he seemed to have been sheltered.
Yeah.
And now, but that's the other problem. There's some people that they don't open themselves up to any sort of
stress or...
Right.
We have the luxury in today's world to do that, especially.
And you have the right to, tap out and hell, not really knocking, our armed forces or anything, but now they have that card now.
Oh my, well,
the drill
that's a rumor.
Like a timeout card and shit?
Stress card, I don't know if that's actually true. I think you hear rumors about this stuff.
I know the Navy's not really doing that.
The Navy's not doing it. I don't think the Marine Corps is actually doing it. I heard rumors that the Army's doing some shit like that.
But still, drill instructors can't punch you anymore, right?
Well, they can't punch you, but that's
come on, look at Full Metal Jacket.
The funny thing is, man,
they don't hear the stories about the shit that used to happen.
They definitely have more scrutiny on them now,
right?
And
do. How are we supposed to raise warriors when everybody's getting treated like a pussy?
Well, and the first thing that I remember about boot camp was every drill instructor bitching about Mothers of America.
Mothers of America?
Yeah, Mothers of America saying like, oh, you can't do this shit to our fucking recruits. All this fucking bullcrap, man. I remember my mom would always be fucking, she was a fucking, anyway, she would be always bitching about the dumb mother in like Disney movies and TV shows. And
my
stuff
mom
like that.
too.
Yeah.
The dumb mother.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that's why you have a dumb mother theme out there, man. Because you've got a bunch of dumbass fucking moms, man.
Well,
Disney
no, I mean,
movies.
no. Disney always portrayed the mom figures as evil.
Right.
You know, like the evil stepmother.
Yeah.
You know, Ursula. Any female
Yeah.
character was always portrayed as bad.
Yeah.
Even the new one, the
in the
Rapunzel
print-
one,
yeah,
is also evil.
Right. And then the father. You know, look.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it?
Fucking absent as hell, though.
It's either absent or just doing his own thing.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's always been the way, but Disney now is so fucking just.
I haven't watched a Disney movie in forever.
Well, you know, I mean, I have little sisters, so I've seen some shit, but
I've seen some.
I've
shit.
seen some shit, man. I got little sisters, man. I've seen some shit. Moving on from that.
Yeah, better too.
So, I used to have television in my barracks room, and the fucking Disney Channel, man. I used to
Did you
have to
just
go.
say television? I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
No, keep going.
Okay.
Hey, you whippersnappers!
But I used to have to go past the Disney Channel to like get to my favorite channels and shit because I didn't do channel jump. All right?
Man, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
some
boy.
shit, man. It's so fucking liberal, man.
I could say that for
It's
everything
some fucking
now.
bullshit.
Well, shit. Look at
Yeah,
Star
I hate
Wars.
Yeah.
The Star Wars.
Well, that's
you guys see the
because
Star Wars
Lucas.
movie?
That's
No.
because Lucas takes fucking.
I boycotted
cock in his
it.
mouth.
Dude, you know what's fucked up? Actually,
Yeah, I boycotted it too. I also boycotted fucking James Bond, dude.
Oh, I saw that one.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
any good?
Yeah, dude, the last one was actually
really
probably, of all the
wanna see
Daniel
it.
Craig
I loved
ones,
it.
hold on.
It's better than Casino Royale. Casino Royale is
All right,
probably
was that the first one?
Yeah,
That was the first one. That
Casino
was
That's
Royale.
in the top James
was
Bond
good.
movies of
All
all
right.
time, bro.
Casino Royale was actually very good.
Yeah.
So that set me up to wanting to go see the
Quantum of Solace, which
Quantum
sucked.
Solace, which sucked.
Which
and then,
actually, yeah. It was
It,
alright,
then-
but
it
it's-
sucked
then-
compared to Casino Royale.
and then
no, Skyfall was good.
no,
Oh, fuck Skyfall.
Skyfall sucked.
Skyfall
then-
fucking
that sucked?
sucked,
Yeah, I thought that was
dude.
good.
For a James Bond type movie, yes.
Oh my god,
So
it's
then,
horrible.
really?
So
who,
then,
who wants to know James Bond's backstory? Who gives a
So
fuck?
then Spectre came out, and I was so.
I'm so excited for
I
it.
still like
Well,
Spectre.
no, hold on. I was so.
They
you
set
know,
up
not,
M
I was not even excited to go see it.
Really?
It was
Right,
kind of like
yeah.
I was going with a bunch of my girlfriend's family, and I was kind of like, okay, like they all want to go see it, like I'll just go along. I was actually really happily
So the-
surprised. Like
Yeah.
it had all the elements of a James Bond movie. It had that kind of witty, very dry, kind of comical.
They got that fucking buck pirate, Sam Smith, to sing the intro song. And apparently,
Actually, that song was pretty
they
good.
built
though.
that shit up. No, they said it was the worst James Bond song ever fucking
You know
written.
what? You know
I
what?
actually like that
I
song.
don't watch James Bond movies for the music. I can give
It's
a fuck about
all-
any
the
of it.
entirety of it is an experience, man.
I understand that, but guess what? The opening song doesn't really
Yeah,
do anything.
what?
for me.
Really? So here's the thing.
Opening
What
song
I,
is like
what I love-
half the movie, man.
what I love about every James Bond movie, man,
This is the game.
gun barrel sequence and a song.
I
I mean, those two.
I
things,
enjoy that
to
too.
me-
I mean, but it's. I mean, I can give a fuck about that. Like, who's singing?
Yeah.
All right.
that's part of the James Bond experience.
I hear
bro.
you though. I hear
I
you.
mean, I
It
get
goes
it, but
along
what-
with
but
the
what do I give a
the
fuck?
sexism and the misogyny and the corny jokes,
right.
the corny puns.
But does it really?
no, but
I mean,
continue as to why you thought.
that's what
the
part of
movie
makes
was the
it a
way it
James
was,
Bond
but-
movie and not fucking Jason Bourne.
Right. No, but the thing,
Sorry,
all right,
Matt
but
Damon.
that doesn't make or break me wanting to see the movie because they had a fag
Okay.
singing the opening song.
Right? No, because there have been shitty.
No,
songs before,
I mean, you're a pretty functional
I mean,
guy, and
I
I
was-
get what you
I don't care that he was
I
a
was-
fag. I just
I
care
was-
that his song sucked.
I was under the impression because it was like, okay, the last two movies sucked. This is gonna suck. But they actually
Right.
brought it back, and it was the.
All right, well,
like,
don't
it felt-
spoil anything, 'cause now I gotta go
I'm
see
not.
it.
It felt like a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
He was.
I think
he was
to me
still
it
this
did, too.
badass, secret agent.
I kept
It
reading.
had all the great elements of action.
Yeah.
It had him dealing and interacting with girls.
I kept reading
It
that
sure
they were
did.
going
No.
to give him like a gay friend and make him fucking pussified.
Well, I don't think they'll ever do that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Apparently they're going to
I
make
think-
James Bond a goddamn woman.
Well,
Wow,
they're
come on.
doing that with everything now.
So fucking. Now Idris Elba, I think, would make a good Bond.
Who?
Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
think where
yeah,
we
yeah.
from.
I mean, if they were to turn,
Oh, I
James
thought we were
Bond-
saying girls. Like, if
No.
you had to pick a female, what would her name even
Idris
be?
Elba is.
Who?
What would you
he's
call
a
a
black
female
actor,
James
right?
Bond?
A female James Bond?
Double ovary 7?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. Idris Elba, he's the black actor, right?
Yeah.
He's pretty cool, dude. I like him.
I wanted Jeremy Northam, I think, to be Bond, but he might be a little too old now.
Jeremy Northam, huh?
Jeremy Renner.
He could do it.
No, you don't think so?
He's the new
I can't
Bourne
stand
guy,
that
right?
actor.
I mean,
No, is he?
He's the guy. He's the guy from
the Bourne Legacy or something.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he's from
Yeah.
the last, but he's also from The Town. You see that movie, The Town? I think it was.
Oh yeah, the town was pretty decent.
There were a bunch of gangsters in Boston. It was him and Ben Affleck.
Oh, hold on.
He's a good. I mean, he was good in that shit, and now he's like, he doesn't even fucking try. I don't think anymore, but I think he used to be.
Now, does
But
he
you know-
have to be British?
Yeah,
Shit, never mind.
Well,
my
come on,
pick is
American
my pick
actors
is
can
out.
He
still
should
do
be
a British role.
I don't think you've had an American.
It doesn't
actor
have
play
to
it.
be a British actor.
I don't think you've ever had an American actor play Bond. I guess maybe
Well,
Timothy Dalton was.
they Pierce
No, Sean
Brosnan.
Connery.
He was not. He was a British.
No,
Yeah.
he's Irish.
Okay, Irish, whatever.
Wait, Sean Connery.
Oh,
was,
what about
Sean
what's his name?
Connery.
Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell.
He could play Bond.
Oh,
No?
fuck no. Fuck that faggot.
Sorry, Colin.
What about Daniel Craig? He was a fag.
Yeah, he is a fag.
So, but he's
Wait, is he
okay.
an actual fucking butt monkey?
Yes,
No,
Damn it.
Is he?
I thought so.
I just thought he was like a
Are you
faggy
fucking
dude.
kidding me? I was actually
They all are, bro. Actually, probably half of them aren't. They just have to say they are.
yeah, Sean Penn maybe
Sean,
with this whole
fucking
El
dude.
Chapo shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, El Chapo. He's like,
Why did he find El Chapo? Why did he go after him?
All right,
To
what
fuck him.
about Jason Clarke? You think he could
I
play?
don't know who that is.
He was in Chicago Code. This
Oh
guy.
yeah, I know who that is.
You think he could play?
Oh,
Bond?
I don't think he could do it.
Yeah, maybe.
I
He
don't
was
know
in.
about him.
Wasn't he in?
He's been in a lot of. He was
SWAT.
In,
Was
he
he
was
in the
in
movie
Zero
SWAT?
Dark 30.
I don't know, dude. He's much
No, I don't
of a.
think
He's
so.
more of like a. I feel like he could do a keg stand.
Is he
but
British
not
or is he
movie.
American?
He's American.
Dude, Jeremy Northam.
No, he's Australian.
Jeremy Northam was in that movie Cypher. I think he'd be fucking amazing
Okay.
for it.
Dude, all right, no, this guy was in Terminator, the last Terminator ever.
We need to get rid of Daniel Craig. I mean, he was good in
Zero Dark 30,
a little bit, but
Great Gatsby, White House Down. He's an action guy.
yeah.
Just give him a British accent.
But hey, let's get back
Anybody
to
can
you.
be good at it. Yeah. Okay, so we talked about fucking.
Let's get back to
James
Snowplow here.
Bond. Yeah, sure. Let's get back to Snowplow.
Well, so
I feel like
if you want to take a break from blowing him for a little while, we can get back to Snowplow.
Yeah.
super gay podcast.
Yeah, this is the gayest podcast ever.
I'm cool with it though, man. I mean,
I guess because we all know each other and we've all
Yeah.
drank.
This is good
Plenty
it's
shit.
almost
together.
Man Love Thursday.
Yeah, pretty
Oh
much.
God!
Yeah,
And plus, we don't have IKEA furniture in here.
Vindman told me about that.
Man Love Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah.
he told me all about that.
But the fact that we don't have IKEA furniture in here, guys, is actually less gay.
Fuck IKEA.
So
It's
had to
making it
take
less
that
gay.
out.
You're right. We need to go find some IKEA.
yeah, is it Swedish?
That would actually.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh my
Swedish?
God, it's fucking Swedish too.
It
which
is a Swedish company.
Which is
It is.
the gayest
And
furniture.
talking
Sweden
about
is
all
the most liberal country in the entire world. They are gay.
Dude, and I've always wanted to visit Sweden up until the fact of
Oh yeah, the
They're
migrants.
so
have been
good.
I've
here
always
for a
wanted to
while.
visit Portland until now they're doing the anti-whiteness shit.
well, just at that one college.
Anti-whiteness. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Whiteness.
That's actually-
no,
that's actually-
whiteness
Whiteness shaming.
History Month.
Oh right, yeah, White History.
That's
Month.
actually pretty fucked up, actually.
You know what?
It's very fucked
God,
up.
Oh, who said it on the forum? They got to double down and say, you know what? Yeah, we're so bad. We should be segregated from everybody else. Dude, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, genius.
White only drinking fountains.
Yeah.
You know what? Just give us our own section of the school. Just keep us away. We're so bad. You know what? And you know what? We're gonna
But
take
dude,
our
I mean, when
we're
you
gonna
think
take our
about it,
electricity.
when you think
Because
about
if
it,
white
we're gonna
people
take
are
our-
by
stuff.
themselves having fun in their own little community, that's not called the ghetto. That's called like the
Suburbs?
the suburbs. Right?
Yeah, I mean, this whites only water fountains. That's actually the next step. It's like everything is so close to that.
But
step,
see,
right?
but then they talk about cultural appropriation, and it's only
I don't
bad.
know,
It's
man.
only
I gotta-
bad. Hold on, it's only bad when us white people do it. Oh, we eat
Right.
tacos. You're fucking racist. Oh, you what?
Right, yeah.
I'm eating Indian food. I'm a fucking racist.
It's
You know,
like, yeah.
no matter what. But hey, guess what? white people invented electricity, the automobile, all that. What about I mean, is it racist? Yeah. No. Oh, because there's no such thing as reverse racism.
I mean,
you know, when you get down to it, it's more fuckery.
And they have doubled down.
And at the end of the day,
they have. And you know what? I love the idea of fighting it. Fighting has always been a thing that I've just...
Dude, I think everybody should be proud of their ethnicity. I mean, I came to this country, most of this country is white. I respect,
I honestly don't care. I don't give a shit.
You know what? And
I don't.
I
still think there's a white ethnic culture that people should be upholding.
What the fuck? I've said...
Everybody else
are you allowed to say white and ethnic in the same sentence?
Well, you know what? I love white people. I'm Mr. White People.
White sorority
Jerry Maguire. Nobody fucking realizes this.
Oh my god! I like the sisters. The white sorority sisters. Oh my god! All right, no, but seriously,
funny.
I know. I honestly, I don't even.
But
that doesn't even enter into my head.
No, I know it doesn't, and it shouldn't. But, with all these people bringing up ethnicity, why wouldn't it enter your head? I get that.
When I was
they're bringing it up. You're right, but
there are people bringing it up.
When I was younger, I always asked, how come there wasn't no wet channel?
Right? Yeah,
white entertainment television.
Yeah.
How come
it's called cable.
But I asked.
Right.
I would ask the adults. Ever since I was a little kid,
right.
How come there's no white entertainment television? How come there's no White History Month? And it was always just kind of one of those, don't worry about it.
If there's a generation that was raised post-racial, I think it was definitely ours.
So I kind of got lucky. I went to a Catholic school in Chicago, with all white kids. We had one Filipino kid. We had one, black kid for 1 year.
My high school was pretty diverse.
Well, now my high school, it was an all-guys Catholic high school.
Okay.
It was, it was diverse. It was definitely diverse. The one thing that was kind of funny was there was a Muslim kid that wanted to go, but they told him he had to shave, because we all had to shave. There was dress code. And the kid refused to shave, so they said, okay, you can't come to the school. Yeah. And it was like, oh, shit, that was before nowadays. You could never get away with saying that,
Right.
Well, yeah.
But it was a Catholic high school. It was a private school. They didn't have to listen to anybody else. But...
Right.
There's always going to be those kinds of problems.
Now my thing was, and now growing up, I had friends of all sorts growing up.
Yeah.
For me, it was about the content of your character, not the color of your skin.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
True to anything, if you look at human history, judging off previous experience is a survival tactic.
Oh, absolutely.
So if I had a bad experience with a certain type of people, I'm always going to remember that because, as much as I would like to say, hey, I'm not racist, I don't...
Well, you can't not be racist. You're gonna see things.
Racism, even the definition of racism...
But not in a negative way,
even the definition of racism has been dumbed down.
Yeah.
Racism is... Racism
We're so much more general about it than we ever used to be, and that's fucked up.
Right. Now...
It's almost like a weaponized... It's a weaponized kind of word now.
Yeah, but the liberal media is what we're talking about, and they weaponize it.
But, even now in this conversation, we're saying, it's racist. No, racist is me saying I'm white, and that means I'm better than everybody else, because I'm saying...
Racist simply means, there's
believing one race is better than all...
I think it's just basically identifying the difference between, races based on either color or location or, something, or religion, whatever.
With race, it's color, but
the word race itself basically just sort of denotes a designation of a demographic. It doesn't necessarily have to be,
right.
This person is racist, so it's bad. We've decided to say that the word racist itself means it is a bad thing because you're identifying the difference.
Well, see,
now if you go down into the South and you say, hey, I'm looking for my friend. He's a black dude, right?
Uh-huh.
People will be like, or somebody will be like, well, what's he look like? He's a black dude. He's bald. He's 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, he went that way. you say that shit up here, you try to describe somebody by like saying that they're black or something like that.
Yeah.
People feel a little uncomfortable doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you can see their face kind of crumble.
I think it depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
Because, growing up in the city, I've said that to people before.
Uh-huh.
Like, looking for this.
No, in the
guy.
suburbs, that makes people uncomfortable. Where
Right.
there's all white people,
Right.
it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe
It's white people getting pissed off about this shit, man.
Well, probably,
Yeah.
in the suburbs. Oh, wait, there's a black guy around here?
But it's actually, you made an interesting point before, because when I grew up, I literally came to this country not knowing anything about it. But if I wasn't literally made fun of by the kids in my school, who just happened to be predominantly white, I wouldn't have tried to be more like them. And that actually helped me assimilate myself into the culture. And I'm not worse for it. I'm actually better for it.
But according to our liberal, brothers,
You've been brainwashed.
You've been whitewashed.
You've been whitewashed.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how you actually are. Then.
But you guys both know
Cobra.
I'm just as Indian
Cobra.
as I am white.
You are extremely Indian. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
Not with that pocket square.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I think you're like the first
I don't
Indian
think-
guy I've ever seen wear a pocket.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever seen Cobra without a pocket square.
Really?
Dude, the first time I met him, I'm like, dude, this guy's dressed to the nines. I look like a
Yeah,
blue-collar
now
shit
he's
kicker.
actually,
Yeah.
dude, he's no longer wearing a tie. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
He doesn't
Tie.
wear a fucking tie anymore.
Dude, when I met
I
him,
never
he was
wore
wearing
a
a
tie.
fucking
You
vest.
always wear a tie, dude. You always
Yeah,
have.
you had a suit,
Yes.
suit, tie, and vest on.
You
the
were
first time
suited
I
the
met
fuck
you.
up,
What the
man.
fuck?
You were dressed to the
I don't even
nines.
remember this. Wow.
It was when I
I'm so
vetted you.
unconscious now. It's like that game thing.
Do you not remember that you were wearing ties?
No, I don't think I ever wore ties, dude. Might be wrong.
I got a call. Well, maybe you need to put one on and it'll jog your memory.
That's all right.
You want to put a tie on them right now?
Dude,
It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
No, but the thing is, it's everybody with this victim
Yeah, no,
mentality mindset. It's just
I hear that.
You know what?
I love that I was bullied, and I look at it now, and
That's what I was saying. I love that I was bullied, because if I wasn't bullied, I would not be here right now.
if
honestly
I
would
wasn't
be.
bullied, I'd be fat. I would probably still be called
Yep.
pizza face.
Mm-hmm.
It would be I wouldn't take care of myself. I wouldn't be lifting.
Right.
I wouldn't care about anything except playing video games and beating off.
Right.
And it's like, oh, what would I give a fuck about?
Yeah.
No, the fact is, it's funny because they treated me like a monster. They bullied me when I was growing up, and it's funny because I meet them now, and it's like, I almost bullied them.
Yeah, we talked about this one time, right?
Yeah, and it's like, when I showed up to my grade school, it was kind of like an impromptu reunion. I was reading, a certain person, the Riot Act. I was just going to town on her because she made my life hell, and, she looked like the dykey, short hair, she was like the quintessential fucking liberal. Short fucking dyke haircut, English major, wanted to be an English teacher.
I'm actually really hoping she was fat, too.
I don't remember. Maybe she put on weight, but she wasn't
Oh, okay.
like. But I said, I'm like, you're
Would
like.
you bang?
No.
Okay.
Did you have pointy elbows?
You know what? That wasn't even something I didn't even look at.
You hadn't read the thread yet, that's why.
That was before I even heard of fucking Rouge. I think
that's
around the same time I was reading Tucker Max.
Well,
Wow, okay.
But man, dude, I couldn't wait to show up to it. And
what's
it's funny because they don't invite me back to these things anymore.
this racist stuff, or racial, it's always tied into these discussions with social decline, and I fucking hate people ragging on millennials and people just going to town on social decline. Oh, the world's going to the fucking dogs. My grandmother does that shit, man. She sits in front of the TV watching, Greta Van Susteren on fucking,
Oh,
Fox.
God.
What is that?
She's
the
some fucking
ugliest
dumbass
woman
talking head on Fox.
On liberal TV.
No,
Fox-
it's conservative.
Fox says that they're conservative, man, but I don't.
Well,
I'm not buying
that's
that.
a really good point, man. Because
Conservative.
Yeah, they're cucks.
I don't
right.
buy the shit that Fox is conservative. I just really don't.
They're fucking.
I think they're just disguised, to be honest.
They're just. It's just all mainstream media is fucking retarded. But it's made to instill fear in you.
Right.
And so my grandmother, she sits there and watches this shit and just bitches and moans about. She thinks like, oh, if you're gonna go to Chicago, you're gonna get flash mobbed. You remember that? It was like a short, brief fucking thing about it. She's like, I was like, well, I'm sort of a larger kind of guy. I'm 6'2" and I don't go around being stupid and walking through like dark alleys and stuff, drunk as fuck. Nobody's, and she's like, oh, you can't defend against 50 people, coming out of a fucking store because she's so fucking afraid. Social decline makes you afraid,
I'm
and it
surprised
blinds
that
you.
Her being as old as she is,
to opportunities.
She has a liberal mindset.
Well, she's second childhood.
No,
it's not a liberal mindset. It's a very conservative mindset.
It is.
Actually,
It's wanting to protect.
I see what you mean.
It's wanting to protect your family, and it's like it's these scare tactics that get brought up.
The females got out of line.
But you know what? Though, I mean, my mom's the same way. I mean, I've studied martial arts. Anytime I go out, I always have a weapon on me. Anywhere I go, I figure out what I can make a weapon.
And I'm not drunk either, walking around trying to look for trouble either.
Right. Now here's the other thing. It's situational awareness. It's knowing what's around you at all times. I mean, there's plenty of times where I tell the college girls around here, I go, you're a perfect victim. And they go, what? I said, if I was going to rob anybody, it would be you. And she goes, why? I said, your headphones are in, you're glued to your phone.
Your hoodie's up.
I could just walk up, snatch your purse, knock you the fuck out, and you would have no idea what the fuck happened. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh my God, like, why would you even think about that? And it's like, well...
It's funny, I thought you said...
Why would you not
You were
going
to say that.
There's a good balance.
I thought you were going to be a
there.
perfect victim for rape instead of robbed.
I mean, I am a big-time misogynist,
Yeah, right. Yeah, all we want to do is just rape people. Yeah,
shitlord king.
Just a bunch of men here hanging out.
We just
right
want
by
to pillage
college
and fucking. Well, I don't mind pillaging.
Rapists.
I would like to pillage. I think
pillage a town like.
I don't know, dude. I just want to fucking pillage.
Evanston.
Sure.
It's pretty liberal. I mean,
Evanston's pretty
pillage.
Would be a little upset. We're burning down his town.
Yeah, especially with all.
Well,
this,
he'd probably have to come in afterwards and just blow out the fire and shit.
Yeah, that'll have to be edited out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
But
whoops.
No, but the thing is, it's I feel comfortable. I mean, I'd feel comfortable, having to deal with a flash mob. I mean, I'm not going to be in the most comfortable situation.
But that shit, I mean, you can't go around expecting fucking flash mobs.
But here's the thing, and this was really interesting. If you look at some studies that they've done, they asked criminals why they picked the people they picked. And they said it's because of certain cues. It's body language. So when I see... I know when a motherfucker's eyeing me up. Mm-hmm. He's going to see if I'm going to give him a hard time or not. The guy asking for fucking money on the train, when I shake my head no, and I look him in the eye and I give him that look, he doesn't bother me. He doesn't say, come on, man. Like, he doesn't hassle me.
Right.
The guy that's sitting there, like, looking all nervous, pretending like he's being on his phone when he's not actually being on his phone, like, that's the guy that gets hassled, and he ends up paying up anyway.
They can sense the fear in him.
Yep.
Oh my God!
This is not.
But literally, right, exactly. This is
podcast and not going the direction I was hoping for.
No, but that's the thing. I mean, but even still, I mean, I've had times where I'm about to get in a confrontation with somebody, and when you look somebody dead in the eye and you smile at the thought of being in a fight, dude, it makes people think twice. Mm-hmm. It's the same. I mean, shit. I mean, even like when I tell guys, if you're confident, you can do anything. When you want to talk to a girl, be confident. Mm-hmm. They sense the fear.
They sense the fear. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait for Little Darkest Day.
Oh my God!
It's gonna be so good.
I know.
We have to do something special for it. Like, what would be like a
let's
ceremony?
not take what you did, like looking up Little Dark in Latin and dividing it. Dude, that post, I tried following. What did I say to you?
It was so
that?
creepy, man.
What did I say to you after that in the thread?
There's some fucking
y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
You're right. Yeah, we need Jesus.
After that post you put up,
after that, I scared myself. I went out and got some Jesus.
After that, I didn't really want to meet you.
I don't blame you.
Let's talk about. Actually, you know what? What that makes me want to get into is now Snowplow is like the head of the Chicago tribe. Mm-hmm. And why don't you talk a little bit about vetting members, man? I wanted to actually ask you about that.
That's a great question.
Yeah, you vet pretty much all the members that come into the tribe, right?
Yeah, I try to. Everybody in Chicago.
And maybe what your insight might even help all the other tribes.
Did you vet Black Eagle 6? Apparently he lived on the North Shore.
Oh, yeah.
I actually want to meet Hoverhand.
Me too.
I'm calling him Hoverhand. But
Hoverhand?
Well, I mean, come on, you know how those guys are with their anime, and you know when they take a picture with the girl, they hover.
Oh my god!
Oh,
what the
that's
fuck
the
was
guy
up
with
with
the
that shit,
anime
man?
girl, like next to him.
That's not actually him.
He said, "I like virtual and real." What the
no,
fuck
he
does
goes.
that even fucking mean?
No. He's saying that it's getting blended more and more together.
Right.
And it was like,
we even blended cartoons blended together with.
He said like the virtual
What the fuck,
virtual
man?
reality is
Yeah.
becoming more of a reality now.
No, it's fucking not. That's not even a fucking
Well,
thing.
no, but they're making it like
It infuriated me.
If
for some
you
Yeah,
reason.
but I've seen a lot of guys
Have
with
you ever
cartoon
seen-
like girls and
Seen
like
what?
hugging them and shit.
Have you ever seen like some of the stuff with like the virtual reality and they're like what they're planning on doing with porn? Like,
No.
do you ever read those articles?
No.
No.
It's like you put on the virtual reality goggles.
It bothers me that you have, but go ahead.
It's on the forum. It gets posted on the forum. You read about it. But no, it's you get these virtual reality goggles. So now it's like it looks like these girls are right there in front of you. But now they're starting to develop technology that these webcam girls, you know, they put on like this fake glove that's tied into their computer, and they grab like a dildo that's at their place. But then the signal, whatever their hand is doing, gets sent through the internet to your computer to a fucking fake hand that's going to grab your dick.
Maybe
Wow.
I'm just, this is going over my head, but I still just
You
don't
think
see
guys-
how I could ever confuse that, really,
With a real woman.
with, be like, oh, this is the same thing, or this is somehow a replacement for this. Like, I feel like I would always know that I'm just fooling myself. Like, honestly, like,
Right, but some guys don't care. I mean,
Well,
this is like guys paying for sex.
it's fear because guys are not going to go out and approach, and
This
if
is-
they can get that close to
I
it,
don't know,
maybe
man.
they
I
won't.
just don't think that I could
these
ever.
these are the guys that, they get the blow-up dolls. They
Well,
buy those real sex bots because they can't go out and they can't talk to real girls because it's like these.
Well, they
it's
can, they
one
just
of-
choose not
no,
to.
It's one of two things. It's either they don't have the confidence, or they would just rather sit at home
Yeah.
and not deal with it, and it's just buy the next best thing.
There was something about
But this
this guy that made me want to just fucking take a baseball bat and just do horrible.
Well,
I think you made a
It
post.
made me
Somebody else might hit
violently
him,
angry,
yeah.
man. I mean, I
Send
don't
him
know
an
what.
email.
No, I don't want to get in trouble, dude. I was like seething, sitting in my chair reading.
Why don't
this
we all
stuff.
vet him together?
See, no,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, why even
probably-
even get angry?
Well, I don't know, man. It's just a reflex
I mean,
reaction.
it's just it's one more motherfucker that's
right.
gonna
No,
weed
I'm
himself
not
out of
actually
the
angry.
gene
It just fucking ignites this like
pool.
fire of
You know what?
rage.
I actually celebrate it because it's less motherfuckers that they're gonna breed.
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Well, that's true. Now, actually, let's get back
I used to
the
say the
vetting
same thing about
process.
gay people, but I don't believe that anymore. I don't think that it's okay to let shit like that just go unchecked.
No, they're gonna be allowed to like
Back in the day,
freeze their sperm and then copulate it with a fucking dyke egg.
yeah.
Oh,
back in
God.
the day, I mean, we used to burn those people at
Yeah,
the
I
stake,
guess
and
you
yeah,
could
it
do
was
that
it was
with technology.
fucking brutal and barbaric, but I mean, maybe there was kind of a reason
See,
for it.
you know what? That's good. Sometimes this is why I really want a succession.
I don't really care about gay
succession
people
plan?
so much. I just
A succession of the United States, like going
Oh.
back to like the North
Yeah.
and South almost.
I want to go back to
You have the right version.
the Articles of Confederation, and we're doing states' rights shit.
Right. Yeah, you know what? They would be fucking awesome.
No, before people fucking give me shit about this, I'm not saying we
Is
should
this like fucking
reinstitute
before
slavery.
gunpowder
I'm
got
not-
where
yeah,
we
and we're not
started
trying to
going?
Not
overthrow the
trying to
government.
reinstitute slavery or overthrow the government. Yeah,
It's just
Yeah, okay.
we're just
you know what?
shit.
No,
but
it's just
These
like
guys are trying to
everybody-
go back before the time of gunpowder and just stab each other.
what you, dude? I want to go back to feudalism, man. I'm totally down to like sacrifice virgins into the fucking volcano and do the rain dance and shit, man. I'm down.
I'm
with
actually
that.
really surprised that the topic of vetting members got to fucking volcano sacrifices.
Me too. No, actually, I'm not.
But anyway,
Tangent.
talk about the vetting process.
So,
yeah, sorry.
maybe other tribes understand how you do it, and maybe they could
Alright.
understand
Well, one of my
how to do it better.
Well, one of my favorite topics to read is like CIA books.
Okay.
I love. I mean, I got a bunch.
Have you downloaded the
Holy
CIA
shit, you read
handbook
a lot
stuff
of
off of
books.
WikiLeaks?
No,
It's on there.
I don't trust Wikipedia.
No, WikiLeaks.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Oh, that's Wikipedia?
Well, Wiki. the wiki stuff, it's all run by the same people.
It's the Julian Assange shit.
Right, but I mean, look at the people that he hires. They got social justice warriors fucking making their own narrative on there.
Well, they hate the CIA. They would put that shit out there, you think?
Right. So how much of it's going to be fabricated?
Anyway,
it's like a documentary.
Yeah.
However the director wants.
But you like CIA shit. That's
all right. So I like CIA shit, and when you read, the way that they treat agents. Most people think it's like, oh, wait, it's a CIA agent. No, it's a CIA officer. An agent is the person you have working for you.
In the field, yeah. In
the field. So, like, helter skelter, say you work for Russia.
Right. Which I do.
Okay. Tell him I said what's up.
Kidding. You're right. Yeah. Hi, Putin. Yeah, Putin and I are getting some beers later. We're going to go fucking game some bitches.
Some Russian girls, yeah, they're attractive.
Yeah.
They're an attractive bunch.
But, so say you work for the Russian government. Okay. I'm a CIA case officer.
Right.
If I recruit you, you're an agent. Now, it's not like I've recruited any of you guys, right. But I have to make sure, I have to talk to you. There's certain things that, I can just kind of pick up on. I want to make sure that, hey, like...
I'm really picturing Men in Black right now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, man, you went through the thingy.
That's why this thing got so gay.
It started.
Oh, damn it!
I flashed him with that thingy.
Yeah.
God damn it!
That's why you got whitewashed.
Yeah,
too.
I just can't remember. I just can't remember.
This is the gayest part.
Oh my god!
That's why I can't remember that. Anyway.
All right, quick.
No, go ahead.
Manly.
Dick's so good it made you forget.
There we go.
So, no,
we've got a lot of editing to do, buddy.
Oh my god. I'm not editing any of this out. This is all staying.
This is good shit, though.
So,
no, continue, sorry.
No, but I just, there's certain things that you look for. Did you ever talk to somebody and just get that gut feeling?
Oh, I get it every day.
Of what?
Like, you just, something's off about this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a combination.
Yeah. We talked about
that younger guy that we met.
Right.
I'm not going to say his name.
Right, yeah.
But,
Really?
there was a couple times where I was like, maybe.
Was it just an overwhelming, consistent feeling, or it just happened once?
No, sometimes. If I get a good feeling...
You get a feeling.
You get a feeling, and then you kind of have to examine, like, what gave me that gut feeling? Like, if I said something, and then you responded, and all of a sudden
and
I'm
that's
like,
part of
wait
your vetting process. You dig into it to see...
Right.
Hey,
And I see... now, the vetting process got a little watered down lately.
Yeah.
Partially because I've been getting lazier because I haven't met anybody that's made me go, nope, gotta keep my standards so high. Everybody that I've met so far has been very on point.
Got it.
When I first, any of you guys, I had like a drug dealer burner phone because I didn't want anybody having
I remember that shit.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody having my real number.
Uh-huh.
I sent you guys to a certain bar that I know,
Yeah.
and I had you sit down and talk to the bartender. Mm-hmm. Like, I had you game the bartender, and she
I talked to that bartender for 15 fucking minutes before I realized who you even were.
Yeah, she would give me the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
I wish I had gone through that.
Yeah, dude, I was literally...
That would have been so cool.
Sitting at the bar, talking to the bartender for 15 minutes.
And
I'm like, where are these fucking guys at?
And it was funny because me and Vinman had been sitting down, drinking at a table, watching him. Yeah. Because I made him tell me what he looked like, what he was wearing. So he's like, okay, I'm an Indian guy wearing a suit. It was like, okay, so Vinman and I were sitting there. We were just bullshitting. Yeah. So we didn't look any obvious.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like all of a sudden we see him walk in, we point like, oh, that's him, Like,
well, I think I told you, every forum member that I met up with, or almost all of them, I met up with Octavian, and I walked past Octavian on the fucking street, and I immediately knew it was him. Mm-hmm. And then, an MDP, man.
Yeah.
When he came into the bar,
I still gotta meet him.
I fucking knew that it was MDP. Or not that it was MDP, but I knew it was a forum guy.
Didn't you do that with me and Vinman? You walked right up to us, and you're like,
"Yeah."
You're like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Shit."
No, because you met me and Heavy at the
bar.
That's
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's why
I met you the same night that I met Heavy.
I'm telling you though, man. I can tell if you're a fucking forum guy.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's like what they say, certain Navy SEALs, they can spot other Navy SEAls.
Yeah, I can tell in the Marines too, usually.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah,
I
they
get
tell about
confused
the
for
deal.
it all the time. People always assume.
I thought you were military. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. I've gotten military. I get cop.
Mm-hmm.
I got fireman for the first time, but
Yeah.
hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But no, but like with the vetting process, it's certain. Like now, it's like I actually have an app on my phone. Like I'll use my real number, but when I'm corresponding with guys over the forum, you know, via private message, you know, they send me their name. You know, I have an app on my phone that tells me people's first and last names. Mm-hmm. When they text me, if it's a number that my phone doesn't recognize, I actually get their first and last name.
Gotcha.
You know, and then I'm doing my own little background search on people. Now, it's like I go a little, you know, extra steps, but it's like, you know, especially with all the stuff Forney's been going through, you know, now, like, especially like with the meetup, the international meetup, it's, you know, I'm kind of nervous about the outcome.
I'm just going to go there and just watch, man. I don't really have any plans to necessarily go around asking everybody where the pet shop is right off the bat.
Well, no, you guys, I'm just going to send you guys all right to the bar that we're meeting up at.
Oh, okay.
People that have already been vetted don't have to go outside and meet.
No, I just wanted to kind of see what it would be like to see how many guys are out there.
Oh, well, I'm not naming any names, but one person's already going to be doing security for me outside.
Oh, can I have an earpiece?
Yeah, let's get earpieces.
Fuck yeah, let's get earpieces.
Dude, we're going hardcore.
Bro,
Can we want to get, while you're at it, get pocket squares too?
Yeah, we'll get pocket squares.
Can we get our square knife? I mean, if we're getting all tactical, can I hide a knife?
Because we're gonna need to stab people.
Dude, I always got it.
What about like a microphone in the pocket square, so it looks like you're adjusting it, and you're like, you know,
code blue.
Yeah,
the eagle has landed.
Peckerhead. This is the fourth game we got cut off.
You know what? Little dark will be our abort signal.
Little dark.
We got a little dark here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. With your phone.
Little dark, 3 o'clock.
I got like 20 more minutes or so before I got to roll.
Yeah, well, we're fucking but hitting we're an hour and 20 minutes, so.
Yeah, 20 already.
Yeah, it's a long podcast, man. It's such a good one. I don't think there's anything I'm going to edit from this, man.
Yeah, we probably.
I enjoyed this.
But no,
I don't even know you were going to edit so much from last time, actually. But.
Well, I got carried away.
I want to hear his rant.
Yeah,
it should be like a bonus, like director's cut edition.
Yeah, you know, one thing I do appreciate
about
us talking about this is we discuss everything openly, whether it's race. I don't know.
We're just talking.
Culture.
You know, it's almost like the microphone's not even there.
Right. No,
and it's great to have so many different kinds of people.
I never thought I'd be able to do something like this.
Yeah, me neither. I'm actually glad you asked me to do this because I never thought so either.
Now, see, like the one thing though, and it's like the one thing I kind of want to talk about, and you know, I know last time we were talking, you were giving me a hard time about relationship stuff.
I'm just a dick when it comes.
No,
to
I know, but these two of us can talk about it,
right? But for me, and it's like the one I almost wanted to do like my own podcast or my own little, writing about going from where I came from, living that player lifestyle, to now actually going where I actually really want the traditional.
That would have been actually good to talk about.
And for me, it's like I kind of see the change. Roosh started talking about that now. Saying that, hey, I went from talking about game to now people need the strong traditional family. And it's like, that's where I'm actually aiming.
Now, it's funny that you say that because I kind of went the reverse. But
right. Now, for me, it's like, I came, Vini Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. But now it's like, I'm really loving where I'm at right now. And it's like, I plan on starting a strong family. I said, I told my girl, I'm like, I want to raise an army. I'm like, I want 10 kids. And she said, like, hell, that's going to happen. She's like, no way.
That's why you have to get another wife, man.
It's funny, we joke about that, and I say that I have sister wives.
Oh,
some of her friends.
Oh, okay.
But no, but that's the thing. It's I had a very strong family growing up. We ate dinner together.
Yeah.
We went to church together. I kind of got away from that, and now it's like I'm actually starting to kind of come back to that, and it's almost like right on par with what Roosh is doing, and it's like I started kind of doing that on my own, and then it's like I noticed his writing has changed to that, and
he's more mellow about game these days for sure.
Right, and I mean that's where I almost wanted to write about it. That changing aspect of going from player to boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it takes adjustment. I mean, it's not, the beginning of the relationship, it was like, hey, it's like I still had temptation. Like, I wanted to cheat and, not wanted to cheat, but it was like the temptation was there, and it was, especially being at a college bar, it's like, my girl just graduated from college. We'd both be at the bar and like these drunk college girls are coming up to me and they're like dancing on me, and my girl's looking at me like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. She's drunk,
I like when I read this stuff from like I know there's a few guys, but the one I'm thinking of now is like Beyond Borders. Like it sounds like he's able to kind of slip in and out of these like LTRs, but still kind of just maintain his like
he maintains a lot of relationships. Yeah,
I don't really know. I don't know him personally, so I don't know, but.
And he's very culturally aware too.
It just seems like he's kind of like sort of one of the quintessential sort of players when it comes to that kind of thing. But let's wrap it up, man. Snowplow, what do you want to send us off here with? You got a rant? You got a funny saying?
Actually, no. The thing that I want to tell all the guys, anybody who's listening, confidence is always key. I don't care what the fuck you look like, what fucking troubles you have, what ails you. The thing that I've found that has gotten me through everything, it wasn't, whiteness, it wasn't, whatever people want to use as a crutch, it's, don't find the crutch, find find your fucking walking stick, help find what's gonna be that one thing that helps you get up the mountain. You know what? For me, it was confidence. Mm-hmm. If you're unconfident in yourself, that's where you fuck up. I know short, ugly, little fucking Irish dudes, little fire plugs of guys, where most girls turn their nose up to that. But if he's the most confident guy in the room and the funniest guy in the room and he's confident with himself, dude, I've seen guys like that pull some of the hottest girls ever because they don't give a fuck.
Right.
When I like rock climbing. If I was unsure of my rock climbing abilities, I'm sure I'd fucking fall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. If you're sure of yourself, sure, sometimes slips happen, but that's how you only get more confident in yourself.
You just got to get back up and keep going.
You have to keep going. The pity party is the worst fucking thing anybody can do.
There's so many guys that pity themselves, man.
Right. And it's like they're never going to make accomplishments if they're constantly like, woe is me.
Yeah.
No, it's like, realize that you fucked up, get over it, and get back out there and fucking, do it. Confidence. Hell, even when I was fucking pizza face in grade school, I didn't act like it.
Yeah.
I didn't, I would forget that my face was covered in zits. I'd still go up and talk to girls. Like, I had a girl that stole $5 out of my pocket.
And you got the bang.
No, this is like 5th grade.
And it only cost you $5?
No. She stole $5 out of my pocket. And she's like, if you want your money back, kiss me. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, I grabbed my money and I kissed her.
Yeah.
And it was like, but I didn't care what I looked like. It was like, this girl had that
That's
plan.
a cool story. Yeah.
That girl had that plan. She was going to take my money and then use my own money to get something in return. So it was like, I mean, how did you pay? Did I get paid for my own?
I'm not sure what works. I mean, if she steals your money and then pays you for the 5th grade equivalent of sex.
Yeah, dude, I'm an accountant, and I don't know what kind of transaction you just pulled over there.
I'm going to steal your money,
right?
Yeah.
And I want your business, but I'm giving you your money back if you give me the business.
All right. Well, it was a great discussion, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. You want to hit the bar for a drink or something before we go?
Maybe, yeah.
Are you guys going to go to Boys Town?
Yeah, we're going to fuck you, man. Fuck this gay shit. All right.
Let's start
we're fucking done.
Okay.
All right, guys. It's been a great podcast. Have a good one.